begin this session by saying assumption kills, and it does. Assuming that everyone understood what you just presented could potentially cause a misunderstanding. Assuming that your teammate will do his or her part of the project is setting you up for failure. Assuming that your wife is okay with you coming home late could cost you a good night's sleep. Missionaries need to ask questions, and missionaries need to listen for answers. A mission organization went to a particular area in Africa. They were torn to see that the people had to walk miles and miles to get clean water. And like any good mission organization, they built a well. They performed a ribbon cutting ceremony, they took photos, and they turned the well over to the locals. 3 months later, they returned to visit the place and the people. They noticed that the well has gotten all dirty and rusty. It's like it wasn't taken care of, it was hardly used. So they wondered why and began to ask questions. They found out that walking for miles and miles wasn't just to merely get clean water for the locals, but it was a time to catch up with friends and sometimes family. Walking for miles was a culture, a habit. Their intention was pure, but their efforts and resources wasted. Communication is listening as much as talking. The key component to know what to say and do is to pay attention to what the people around you and their environment is saying or gesturing. As missionaries, we are guests to the context, and it is our responsibility to educate ourselves with its culture. I quote, "Listening is one of the first and most important things we need to keep in mind when communicating cross-culturally. Because of unfamiliar accents, inaccuracies, and possibly a limited ability in a second language, to make sure we've understood correctly, we need to listen even more carefully than we might when communicating in our native tongue. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason." Jesus incarnated himself into the culture and language of the Jewish people. He was born into the very slums of the community he came to serve and love. As disciples of Jesus, Jesus listened, and he listened for almost 30 years. Good communicators talk, but great communicators listen more.